Hi everybody, Paul here again. In this video, I'm going to show you what causes the majority of air conditioner refrigerant leaks on a vehicle and how to easily check it for leaks without the use of special dyes or special detectors. So stay tuned. The air conditioner system on your vehicle has a high pressure service port and a low pressure side service port. When you remove the cap on the high pressure side service port and the low pressure side service port, you'll notice a valve inside the service port. This is what the valve looks like. It looks similar to the valve on the tire of your vehicle for adding air. This valve is called a Schrader valve.
This is what a typical air conditioner Schrader valve looks like when it's removed from the service port. I'd say that as much as 80% of the refrigerant leaks that occur in a vehicle are due to a faulty Schrader valve. So if a vehicle starts losing refrigerant, the first thing you want to check are the Schrader valves. A Schrader valve contains two seals located here and here. The seal here seals the main body of the Schrader valve to the inside of the service port. The seal here works in relation to the opening and closing of the Schrader valve for servicing the air conditioner system. As Schrader valves age, they can develop leaks at either one of these seals.
People will typically check a Schrader valve for leaks in one of two ways. The first way is by adding a special dye to the refrigerant and using a special UV light like you see here. The second way is by using a refrigerant leak detector as shown in this picture. However, there are a lot of other ways that you can check a Schrader valve for leaks which do not require any special dyes or special detectors and are really easy to perform. Let's take a look at what those are. The first way is to remove the cap on the high pressure side service port and the low pressure side service port. Take a Q-tip and run it all the way around on the inside of the cap and inspect the Q-tip. If you see any oil on the Q-tip, then you more than likely have a Schrader valve leak. The second way is to make sure the cap is snugged down on both the high pressure side service port and the low pressure side service port. Start up the vehicle and lower all the windows. Turn on the air conditioner, set it to maximum cold, turn the blower on low, and turn the vent selector to defrost. This will keep the compressor running as much as possible no matter what the outside temperature is. Run the vehicle for 30 minutes and then turn the vehicle off. Now the air conditioner system is fully pressurized. Very slowly loosen each cap one at a time and listen very carefully. If you hear any air escape, then you have a faulty Schrader valve. Be sure to perform this in an area where it's extremely quiet. This high pressure Schrader valve has a leak. This low pressure Schrader valve has a leak. The third way is while the system is still fully pressurized and the caps are removed, remove any oil or debris inside any service port that's facing upward with a Q-tip. Next, completely fill the service port with clear, clean water. If you're doing this to the high pressure side service port, be sure to wait until it's cool to the touch before adding water. This was filmed 30 minutes later with my iPhone. What you're seeing now has been magnified. Notice between the 9 o'clock and 11 o'clock position on the inside of the service port, the movement of foreign matter. What you're actually seeing is oil which has escaped from the refrigerant. This indicates that the Schrader valve has a leak. Notice in this next frame,
the tiny pinhole-sized air bubbles on the inside of the service port. This is due to refrigerant escaping. Again, this indicates that the Schrader valve has a leak.
When you're done with this test, blow the water out of the service port and dry it with a Q-tip. The fourth way is to use a manifold pressure gauge set like you see here. This particular one is from Harbor Freight. It gets really high reviews and it's very affordable. Close both valves on the main body. Attach the appropriate pressure hose and coupler valve to any service port that could not be tested with water. Be sure the coupler valve is in the closed position before attaching it to the service port. Once the coupler valve is attached to the service port, be sure to keep it in the closed position during the entire test. Start up the vehicle and lower all the windows. Turn on the air conditioner, set it to maximum cold, turn the blower on low, and turn the vent selector to defrost. This will keep the compressor running as much as possible no matter what the outside temperature is. Run the vehicle for 30 minutes and then turn the vehicle off. This coupler valve is attached to the low pressure side port, so now I'll check the low pressure side on the manifold pressure gauge. The low pressure side gauge has risen 1 pound. This indicates that the Schrader valve has a leak. If the pressure gauge reading is questionable, or if there's no reading at all, then very slowly loosen the pressure hose at the manifold pressure gauge and listen very carefully. If you hear any air escape, then this indicates that the Schrader valve has a leak. Be sure to perform this in an area where it's extremely quiet.
The air just released.
Replacing a Schrader valve is really easy to do, but that's for another video. I hope you found this helpful, and if you like this video, please hit the like button below, share it with your friends, and please be sure to subscribe. God bless you and have a great day. Bye for now. And while you guys are fixing your vehicle, Sparky and I'll be recycling ourselves.